What's going on, guys? Now, there are some crazy churches out there with some crazy pastors, but this video is one of the most disturbing things you will see. One of the most disturbing videos I've seen, and I've seen a lot of disturbing stuff. This one takes the cake. What you're about to see is when emotionalism and black church tradition goes awry. Let's get into it.
Sit right here. Yeah, he's sick with whole yeah, he get all close to everybody. He gets so where he'll bind your praise. He'll get all in the mix. When you used to be jumping and shouting, he'll lock you down. Music. I need you to give me some shout music. Yeah, you used to be up, shout and praise to the Lord. Then all of a sudden, you mess around and something move your hand, baby. Something sit on you.
I'm sorry, but whatever she was trying to say went out the window the moment she sat on that young man's lap. That was beyond inappropriate and beyond unacceptable. What was she thinking? Can't believe what I'm watching right now. This is crazy. Look how it almost looked like she scoped him out from the stage and walked towards him. And she sits down and then she asks for the shouting music and shakes her behind right in this young man's face. This young teenage boy sitting in church trying to listen to whatever he was listening to, and you doing all this in front of this young man who's full of hormones. This is crazy. And then she tells the boy to move his hands so she can sit on his lap.
Then all of a sudden, you mess around and something move your hand, baby. Something sit on you.
And look at the people, look at the crowd. Look at the lady using the fan. She's clearly not comfortable with the situation. And look at the other lady. She's very uncomfortable. This is probably her emotion probably captures the overall feeling of the entire church. They're very confused and uncomfortable about what's happening right here. But here's the problem. Why didn't no one say anything? Why didn't no one stand up and say, hey, get off that young man? What are you doing?
It lay on you. It take your joy. It take your praise. It lay on you. Because it don't want you to be free. It don't want you to come out. It don't want you to stay.
Whatever you're trying to demonstrate is unnecessary. It's disturbing. It's borderline predatory. Like, what are you doing? You don't need to do that to demonstrate the weight of burdens or whatever you're trying to demonstrate. It was unnecessary. And it's like when they put that shouting music on, it almost puts people in some type of hypnotic trance.
Oh, give me some shout music. I need you to give me some shout music. I would say, quit messing with me, Alan. The Spirit of God is here. Something is taking place right here.
It's inciting an emotional response out of people, and it turns the brain off. It turns logic off, and it just heightens the emotional response when the shouting music comes on. And now she's just saying a bunch of nonsense, sitting on this young man's lap, sliding down his chest. It's just, this is just insane.
It get on you. It lay on you. It take your joy. It take your praise. It lay on you. Because it don't want you to be free. It don't want you to come out. It don't want you to stay free. So the devil will stay right there. Keep rocking it right there. I want y'all to know that the enemy is not what gets you out of
1 Corinthians 14:40 says, but all things should be done decently and in order. And that was about the most indecent thing you will ever see in church. And it's crazy because a lot of these women pastors, they're very power hungry. And when they get that title of pastor, they want to flex it. They want to make sure you know they're in charge. And that was a power dynamic there. She, as an older woman, a pastor, sitting with this young man, she's usurping, number one, authority of men in the church. She shouldn't be a pastor, according to scripture, but it's a power dynamic. Because she's an older woman and a pastor, he feels uncomfortable. He doesn't know what to do. He's frozen. He's like in shock, traumatized. She's abusing her power. It's absolutely inappropriate. And it also demonstrates a double standard. If that was a man doing that to a 15-year-old girl, 14-year-old girl, sitting on her and jumping and shouting in her face with his behind or his front section, that would be a serious issue, rightfully so. And that dude, or that pastor, would be sat down, and rightfully so. But because she's a woman, there's this presumption of innocence. There was nothing innocent about that, because why didn't she do that to a man or woman, or just stand in the pulpit and just lean on the podium? Why do it to a young man? Why scope him out, find him, sit next to him, jump and shake, and then sit on him? Why do that? Because something perverted is going on at that church. 1 Timothy 2 verse 12 says, I do not permit a woman to teach or to exercise authority over a man. Rather, she is to remain quiet. For Adam was formed first, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman was deceived and became a transgressor. So the fact that there are men in that congregation, she is out of order. She's doing something that is unbiblical. She's unqualified to be a pastor, not because she doesn't have the ability to preach or whatever the case may be. It's an authority issue. She doesn't have the authority because Adam was formed first, then Eve, and Adam was not deceived. It was the woman who was deceived. It was not an ability issue, it's an authority issue, and she is usurping the rightful authority God gave men in the church in terms of being head shepherds or leaders or pastors, holding any title whatsoever. She is absolutely unqualified, and when you put people who are unqualified in leadership positions, they abuse their power. The saying says, power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Whereas the order structure is not there, that is out of line, and it's a shame that none of those people said anything to her, stopped it, intervened, had the guts to come to that boy's defense. We got to do better, church. If you enjoyed this video, want more content like this, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, like this video. I'll be back next week with another one. This is Pastor Frederick. This is about a book. Everything I do is about a book.